Rick and Morty has completely redefined the term animated TV show. One of the reasons for this is because the hero is an anti-hero. Plus, the screenwriters have taken popular movies and turned them into an original animated TV show episode. The plot is original, the villains even more so. That's why we've created a list of the top 10 strongest villains in Rick and Morty ranked. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 10. Snowball. What would dogs say if they could talk? Well, the creators of Rick and Morty gave us a pretty good interpretation of a dog's thoughts.
Where are my testicles, Summer?
Namely, this episode began with Morty getting a dog named Snuffles. The puppy annoys Jerry by looking straight at him and peeing on the carpet. In a fit of rage, Jerry shoves Snuffles' face in the urine and Morty tries to save him. As Rick walks in the door, Jerry asks him to make the dog smarter so he could understand their commands. But they don't realize that this would later come to bite them in the behind. Snuffles becomes very smart thanks to the helmet that Rick designed. He realizes that he could become smarter by adding more batteries to the helmet, and upon doing so, Snowball's vengeful streak commences. He is smart enough to build robots for all of the dogs on Earth, and they begin exacting revenge on the humans that have treated them poorly in the past. Number 9. Morty Jr. During one of their trips, Morty sees a sex robot in one of the intergalactic pawn shops and he begs Rick to get it for him. At first, he's annoyed by Morty, but he then relents and buys him the quote-unquote toy. After coming back home, Morty immediately goes upstairs with his new gift. As the family is having dinner together, they could constantly hear squeaking from Morty's room, which is more than awkward. What Morty didn't realize is that this robot is an incubation chamber, which can carry offspring. Long story short, Morty got a son. The son was actually a killing machine that only wanted to destroy humans. When he finally breaks free, chaos ensues as the four-armed alien starts ravaging through the town. The episode ends on a promising note as the alien smashes that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, it ends when he calms his anger down, becomes an author, and writes a book about his tyrannical father, aka Morty. Number 8. Fart. After an entire season of Rick Adventures, Morty wanted to take control for a change and he found a gaseous being entrapped by the Galactic Federation. While Rick wanted to stay at Blips and Chits and get drunk, Morty pulled the lever and saved this fart alien. Why the weird name? Well, that's because he, or it, we don't really know how to refer to this thing, because it's part of a highly intelligent alien species that communicates through telepathy. The entire species has no use for names. But after Rick cracked a few jokes, this guy started liking the name Fart. They gave it a name and Morty was determined to help Fart return to his home planet. After a lot of killing, they finally found the portal that would take Fart home. But that's when Morty realized that Fart's intention was to kill all carbon-based life forms since they were considered a disease. Before he could get through the portal, Rick kills him with the gun. He did have some killer songs though. Number 7. The Galactic Federation. Even though some would see this as a peaceful organization, in the world of infinite Ricks, this is one of the worst galactic organizations you could ever imagine. Why? Because Grandpa Rick and the government don't get along. He said it himself, and ever since he destroyed the entire organization in a single episode, we couldn't agree more. Even though the organization wanted to promote peace across the galaxy by including planets into its system, their sinister, bureaucratic agents only wanted to extract the code from Rick's portal gun. Needless to say, he one-upped the largest organization in the universe and destroyed the entire thing. Number 6. Tammy Gutterman. The girl that we thought was just a high school student and one of Summer's shallow friends turned out to be the most cunning secret agent of the Galactic Federation. She continued working with this intergalactic government and married Bird Person with one intention in mind: gather as many of the enemies to the Galactic Federation and imprison them all at once. This plan seemed to work in the beginning. She even managed to capture Rick Sanchez, the biggest threat to her organization. However, when she tried killing his space BETH, Rick was completely ruthless and blew her brains out. Man, Rick keeps looking more and more like a bad guy in the series. Number 5. The Council of Ricks. One of the reasons we love Rick and Morty so much is because they play so well with the notion of space, time, and infinite universes. Because there's one theory that states there is an infinite number of Ricks in the universe, as well as an infinite number of Mortys, these guys built their own federation. They wanted to protect each other from enemies across the galaxies, so this is sort of a secure governmental body. Basically everything original Rick is against. When our Rick got captured by the Galactic Federation, the Council ordered him dead. But since he's the smartest being in the universe, he managed to kill Council members one by one before they could get to him. Number 4. Beth and Jerry's MYTHOLOGS. Just like their marriage counselor said, this relationship is so bad it shouldn't exist. And we for one completely agree with this guy. One of them is ambitious and they know what they want, the other one is indecisive and they're needy. When they created their mental representations of each other, Jerry viewed Beth as a tyrannical scorpion monster, while Beth viewed him as a spineless blob that's submissive. The worst part about these creatures is that they were working together, making them capable of taking down the entire intergalactic counseling center. Man, we didn't know bad relationships could be that bad. Number 3. SHLEEMYPANTS. This is what a time cop looks like, and we have to admit, they're not pretty. Then Morty and Summer split the fabric of time and space, the cop showed up at their doorstep. He's a multidimensional being that can see everyone that's trying to mess with the time continuum. To punish those who try to screw up the time loop, they usually use a slug-like gun named Chris, or the weapon we prefer the most, good old hand and fist. But even these time cops were no match for Rick when he tricked one of them and stole his gun. Number 2. President Morty. In the show, we usually see Mortys as the average kid following the orders from the smartest person in the universe, Rick. But this Morty is not like the rest of them. After fleeing his first near-death experience, we get to see a bright, young Morty running for president in the rebuilt citadel of Ricks. It's the first time in history that a Morty has run for president, and near the end of the episode, we realize that this Morty is not who he seems to be. He's the eye patch Morty that we saw a few seasons back, and he came back to rule all the Ricks in existence. And guess what? He won. Number 1. Rick Sanchez. That's right, people, we told you that Rick is not your typical hero. He's the antagonistic protagonist that seems to get Morty into more and more trouble every time they go on an adventure. He has his own demons to fight, and his alcoholism makes him that much more dangerous. Being the smartest being in the universe makes him extremely dangerous. He invented the portal gun that the Galactic Federation was looking for, he became a pickle that defeated an entire prison, and he fought with the President of the USA. Not to mention, the Rick and Morty Avengers couldn't defeat World Ender, but Rick did while being drunk. That's like killing Thanos for a stupid bet. On a related note, we wanted to know what do you think was the coolest boss in Rick and Morty? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.